arrest. Resisting arrest for not having a fire extinguisher. It is not a crime.
Ah, you want to prove that you're a lawyer, eh?
I have dealt with people like...
Nothing much.
We're here to share the morning with you. It's your time now. Sit back, relax, put up your feet. It's your time now. A couple with good company. We're here to share the morning with you. We're here to share the morning with you. It's your time now. Sit back, relax, put up your feet. It's your time now. A couple with good company. We're here to share the morning with you. We're here to share the morning with you. It's your time now. Sit back, relax, put up your feet. It's your time now. A couple with good company. We're here to share the morning with you. We're here to share the morning with you.
Welcome back to CBC this morning. Today is a Thursday with a slight difference. We're not having your usual family talks and stuff like that, but we are still staying within the family, as it were. My next guest is a young, talented lady. She's a musician. She plays the guitar and she sings. And I just thought we should make it a bit of a light moment. Like I said, today is the last day for Ralph to be on set with us. So why not have a bit of music in the studio? But before we come to the music, let me introduce my guest. Chiedza, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
This is Chiedza Musipa. She's a Zambian lady. She's been based in Thailand for a while. She'll give us a story in a few moments, but she's in Zambia at the moment. And like I said, she plays the guitar and she sings. So, Chiedza, give us a bit of history. First of all, you look very young. You're not one of those people who've been out there for centuries and centuries. I've just told the viewers you're based in Thailand. Just give us a bit of your life history.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was born in Zambia. I grew up here in Mungule village.
Okay.
Yes.
Mungule, all right.
Yeah. So when I was 8, I went to Eastern Province, Petauke, and lived there for like close to 10 years, about 9 years and some months.
Okay. Okay.
Then in Petauke, that's where I did my high school. Then when I finished my high school, I traveled to Thailand.
Okay.
So there I did a bachelor in science and a master's in education. But before I went there, I had already learned guitar and I could write songs.
Okay.
So when I was studying, I could sing, like if there's a Christmas party or something. But when I finished most of my studies, that's when now I started like really focusing on music more.
Okay.
So now I do concerts. Like in Thailand, I usually do concerts to sponsor students. Like I would have a concert maybe for sponsoring 2 students for their semester fees and all that. And when I came back to Zambia last year, I lectured for some months. And then during the festive season, I had a lot of music shows and I wasn't having enough sleep, so I resigned from my job.
Wow.
So since then, I've just been singing in hotels. Sometimes I'm at Intercontinental, sometimes I'm at Roma Park, restaurants, just different places.
Fantastic.
Yes, I play guitar and sing.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell me, what inspired you to go into music?
I think I was born with it, because if I look back, I started making songs when I was very small, but they were not making sense songs.
Okay.
You know, just songs. But when I was, I think 16, 17, that's when I really started making the songs that I even used in my concert.
Okay, fantastic. Yes. You say you do concerts to raise money for students and so forth.
Yes.
First of all, that's very, very noble. But what made you think of doing that?
Well, when I was in Thailand, I didn't have a scholarship or so much financial assistance. My siblings that time were still students, and my father is still, until now, is still in the village.
Okay.
And my mother is just doing a small business just to get by. So I struggled to see myself through my studies.
Okay.
It was really tough. I used to have like 4 or 5 jobs, you know.
Wow.
So, so I noticed during that time that most students who were excelling in their studies were really having a hard time to pay their school fees.
Okay.
So that's what made me, and also once in a while, not all the time, but just once in a while, I used to have people help me out. Like maybe for a semester, someone would just pay for me, and it used to encourage me to study more.
Fantastic.
So if I can do that for someone else and encourage them to study more, I think it's worthwhile.
Definitely, I would agree with that totally.
Yeah.
There's a saying that used to go around in the States, I think, at one time, pay it forward.
Right.
You know, and that's, I think, what you're doing in your own way. You're paying it forward. Somebody helped you out, and you know, and you decided to do the same for others.
Yes.
And that's a very, very noble cause, and I applaud you for that. You're studying, and
Right.
you've got your degrees, and you know, you're doing your masters. You've done your masters.
Yes.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with those things? You just hang them on the
Well,
wall now and forget about it,
no.
and continue with music.
Yeah, well, I really, you know, I had a hard time resigning because what I do, I won't throw it away at all. I love teaching.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
and most of the time when I'm teaching, I forget that I'm the teacher. I become friends with my students,
Okay,
and
okay.
they call me by name, and I don't
Okay.
even mind. So I'll teach, but for now, with music, I think there's a certain age that you have to really focus. Once you miss that, yeah, you can still do it later, but it's quite hard. I feel like I have the most energy right now,
Okay,
and I want
okay.
to use it as much as possible. With my studies, when I did my masters, we learned about curriculum, designing, running a school, and all that. So with time, I want to have to be able to either help people who are coming up with schools or come up with my own school. But there are already a lot of schools in Zambia.
Yeah, well, I mean,
So-
who says there are enough schools?
I think there are enough
You
already.
reckon?
But I think in most schools I've noticed there's something missing in their curriculum. They teach, yes, but students are not taught values. Something that I learned in Asia is in school you learn how to relate to other students. You don't just learn science and become a genius. They teach you how to be kind, how to be respectful.
Fantastic,
And I feel like
fantastic.
in Zambia we don't emphasize more on values in our curriculum. So if I should have, if I should use those papers I have, I think it's to add my input in the curriculum for Zambia, and if it's possible to start a school, I can do it with a different curriculum which adds values to students.
Fantastic. I like that.
Yes.
You know, like I said, beginning of the interview, you're young, so that means you've got a lot of time ahead of you in a way, but also you've got a lot of energy,
Right.
like you pointed out. How long do you think you'd want to stay in the music industry?
Well, honestly, I don't think I'll ever stop.
Okay.
But I'll be channeling my energy differently. I think for now, I'm putting like maybe 65% of my energy in music and the rest in the others.
Okay.
Maybe I can just change the amount of energy I'm putting in music, but I don't see myself ever putting it aside completely. Yes.
Okay.
I would rather die singing.
Like that. Do you plan to record anything? Well, have you recorded anything?
No, honestly, I haven't. I've just been playing live. I recorded something long ago, and I don't even remember what it is. I do plan to record very soon.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And you say you do your own compositions. You write your own songs. Would a future album be entirely of your own songs, or you might throw in a few covers?
Oh, I love covers these days. I don't even know why. So, and most songs that I've composed myself are gospel.
Okay.
And
Fantastic.
I don't only like gospel. I like country. I like pop. I like a lot of. But the only ones that I've managed to compose are gospel. So the rest of the music genre, whatever, are covers that I sing. Yes, especially now in hotels and lodges and restaurants, it's really covers.
During your concerts, do you do any of your own songs? How are
I
they?
do most of my own. I think almost like 100% my own.
Okay,
Yes.
and how have they been received?
Well, I haven't tried in Zambia, but in Thailand, I remember even like a month after I sang a song, somebody would always remind me, like, you remember you sang this song, I like it, and all that. So people like it. Yeah. Although in Asia, sometimes even when you sing a horrible song, they'll still appreciate you if they're so polite, you know. So I think I should try those songs here so that I get a genuine
feedback. Okay,
yeah.
okay. Fantastic. Are you thinking about doing a concert? Have you thought about that?
I did. In last year, when I just came, I noticed in town. That was way before the rain season and all the cholera outbreak, whatever. It was really long before that. I noticed, I used to, like, I'll buy a drink in town, then I'll have that drink, then I'm looking for a trash bin, I can't find it anywhere. And I just see people, they just drink and throw it down there, and they don't care. So I was planning to have a concert, a Keep Zambia Clean concert.
Okay.
And I even drafted a letter to the mayor. I never took it. I got scared.
Why?
So I wanted to do that, like to just sensitize people on being clean. And also I wanted to buy like gloves. Most ladies who clean in the roads, they have no mask. They have no gloves. They just wear those gumboots and they're so hot and they look uncomfortable. So I wanted to do that, like if I can get some donations at the concert, I don't know, or sell tickets, whatever, I can get gloves for those people and maybe some bins too. Although I was skeptical about getting trash bins because I noticed wherever there's a trash bin, they don't collect it. So it becomes like a garbage place again. So I was conflicted on that. But in terms of that, like what to use for people to use when cleaning, I was so certain I should do that. But I don't know, I just got scared and didn't do it.
You shouldn't be. I mean, you've done so much already. Why would you come and be scared for doing
I think the
cause?
reason mostly was, and I shouldn't give a reason because that's like I'm embracing excuses.
That's right.
But what crossed my mind anyway is that I had become, I don't know if it's diluted or whatever with the Asian culture. So I was having a hard time relating to my own people, the culture, you know, like for us to, you know, when you have a concert, you don't do it alone. You need a team.
That's right.
So for me, like the whole team effort, whatever, I didn't know what to do with my people, you know. It's like I think differently, I talk differently, everything is different. So how do we understand each other? So that's when I just put it off, like, okay.
No, I think it's something you should go ahead with, and I can vouch right now, I can tell you that as CBC, we can definitely give you a platform.
Oh my God.
A free platform for you to come and talk about this, you know, push this agenda, because I think it's a very noble cause. You know, we obviously want to keep this town, this country as clean as possible, and we can only do that by people getting involved. And if people don't get involved, nothing happens. There are a lot of things like you've said. You know,
actually, sorry to even that, you remember when you said what do you do with your papers, whatever. The other thing also I noticed, even this keeping Zambia clean, it should be in the curriculum.
That's right.
Because I remember there are times when I used to teach babies in Thailand, small babies, and their first day of school they used to cry, like the whole first week. You know, they will cry when their mom is leaving them. And guess what? You find that when they are crying, we'll have a box of tissue. They'll get tissue and cry and wipe and start looking for a bin. We used to keep a bin. They'll go throw in the bin. Then they cry again, they get another tissue and wipe and throw. And I was like, wow, that's really, you know, amazing.
You see, that's just the point about some of the things. You know, it sounds like you were in our church service yesterday with my pastor. He was talking about part of his service was talking about bringing up a child. You know. You know, bring up a child in the way he should go, and as he grows old, he won't depart from that the way. That's exactly the point. These kids are taught from a very young age. Okay, that's something that's been missing in our culture. Okay,
we are so messy.
It's true, and it's not just Zambians. I've seen people from other countries, other African countries, doing the same thing. I mean, they're you know. They'll just throw something out of the window, or if they're in the car, they'll just
throw something on the floor. And there are times when I catch myself doing that. I'll get a bubble gum
and you just throw it. And then after you've thrown it, then you say, you know, it's true. So we need, I think, a cultural change, a paradigm shift, where we now try and get people to start thinking clean. So it's something that I think you should definitely go ahead. Like I said, I've pledged CBC's help. For as long as CBC's, and I'm here at CBC, we will always be able to give you a platform in which to talk about this particular issue, because I think that's very, very important. Okay. Right, enough of all the serious talk. I want to listen to some music.
No.
So we're going to take a very, very short break, and we'll be right back. And Chiedza will give us a couple of songs, about 3 songs. You know, I'll let her do all the selection herself, and then let's hear it from her. So we'll be back in a moment. Please don't go away.
It's your time now. Sit back, relax, put up your feet. It's your time now. A couple with good company. We're here to share the morning. It's your time now. Sit back, relax, put up your feet. It's your time now. A couple with good company. We're here to share the morning with you. We're here to share the morning with you. It's your time now. Sit back, relax, put up your feet. It's your time now. A couple with good company. We're here to share the morning with you. We're here to share the morning with you. It's your time now. Sit back, relax, put up your feet. It's your time now. A couple with good company. We're here to share the morning with you. We're here to share the morning with you. It's your time now. Sit back, relax.
Hello, thank you so much CBC for having me. I'll sing a few songs for you guys. I hope you like it. I'll start with Kalindula because I'm in Zambia right now.